welcome to Skylark Soundbites. I miss you guys and I'm sending you a massive and a hug. Receive it. Recycling. Who recycles and who doesn't? This is not to shame you. I used to be a terrible recycler until a couple of years ago. And now I'm okay, I'm pretty good. Apart from a couple of weeks ago, it could have been months ago, I have no idea anymore because 2020 just seems like a massive blur. But my 4-year-old saw me throw something away. He pulled it out of the bin and he said, "Mummy, that doesn't go in there. That is recyclable." And it was this moment that I was so proud of him for doing that, but at the same time I felt terrible because I should be setting a good example, and in that moment I obviously failed to do so. But that is life, hey? And recycling, renewable, reusable, good for the planet. It leads me to one word, and that word is hope. See, hope is renewable because you can use up your hope in a day and you can feel like you have none left. But you can get up the next morning and your hope is renewed. And it's amazing. Hope is one of those words like people use for I wish, like, oh, I hope that happens, or I hope the weather stays sunny, or I hope it rains, my plants are gonna die. You know what I mean? Hope can be used like that. But when we use hope as Christians, it's such a powerful word because hope is the assurance in God. Hope is our assurance that His word is true, that we believe in Him, that He's got our backs, that He loves us, that His words are true. So hope is much more than that. Hope gives us something to live for. Hope gives us something so much bigger than anything else, which actually makes me think, hope, is that different for everyone? If it is, what is hope to you? Write it in the comments below. Let's share this, you know, what is hope to you? But hope right now in 2020 actually is quite scarce, I think, because there's so much just scariness going on. There's people dying, there's people losing their livelihoods, there are just people disagreeing left, right and centre. The world is just an uncertain place right now, and hope can be quite hard to find. It can be hard to get actually yourself, because when you're in a situation and it just feels like everything's against you, it can be hard to have that hope. It can be hard to feel like good's going to come out of it when you're in suffering, when you're suffering. But suffering doesn't last forever. Suffering can be short, it can be long. Suffering's a season, and sometimes it's in that suffering that God works the hardest. You know, Joseph, he was for anyone that doesn't know, he's a cool dude in the Bible. He's got a multicolored coat, Google him. But he was in prison for years, and he saved his brothers, he saved his family, he saved Egypt. And it was in that suffering that he got to do that. So he went through a long time of suffering, and God used so much good from that. And it's like, there's so many stories in the Bible where that happens. And I just believe that's true for our lives too, that suffering is not great. It's pretty awful when you're in it, but it makes it better knowing that you've got God, knowing that your faith is in Him, putting your hope in Him, because He's so much bigger, so much better. His ways are better ways. We can only see what's in front of us, and we can only see what we can see, but He sees everything. He knows everything. He's got a plan, and we just got to trust in Him. There's this beautiful verse in the Bible, Psalm 39:7, and it says, "And so, Lord, where do I put my hope? My only hope is in you." So I encourage you, whatever it is that renews your hope, think of it like a battery in a phone charger. You need to charge your hope. Spend time with God. If it's singing, worshipping, dancing, reading your Bible, praying, exercising with God, whatever it is, renew your hope, because when you put your assurance in Him, you know He's got your back, you know He's for you. You can love others, you can help others, you can speak life over others, because you don't have to worry about yourself as much, because you know that God's got you, and you can just love other people so well, and people need it right now. If anyone knows anyone that's a bit short of hope, that's going through stuff right now, why not reach out a hand to them? Why not send them a message, see how they're doing, speak life into their life? Because hope is like little candles, you know. Imagine it in a really dark place and every little bit of hope is like a candle. It suddenly becomes so much lighter. And that's what I think we've got to do as Christians. We need to spread that hope around, and especially right now. So anyway, thanks for listening. I hope you have a great week. If you're doing fireworks, stay safe. And yeah, love you guys.